Day 12 is officially upon us, and that means we are halfway through Bourbinsane Blind Whiskey Advent Calendar. Welcome back, guys, for another blind pour for me today, and hopefully not too much embarrassment for myself either. So this has been a great time, this series. I've loved doing this. Hope you guys have been enjoying this. I'd like to hear your feedback. Let me know down in the comments if you're enjoying this series. What's been your favorite so far that you've seen? Apologize for some of my behavior, but as the drinks get flowing, sometimes things get a little crazy. It happens. But we're here to have a good time. You know, we really are, and I've been enjoying every second of it. So just so you guys know, if you haven't kept up with the series, we have a couple cool things going on. So every day I'm trying a blind new pour, and then at the end of 24 days, I'm going to be giving away a bottle from my bar. And that's going to be hand-delivered to whoever the lucky winner is. So in order to have a chance for this giveaway, you just have to like the videos in the series, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and answer the question of the day in the comments, which will show up at the end of every video in this series, where I'll be asking that question of the day. Every day something different, but I'll tell you what, I'm having a great time so far. So let's get right into day 12, did I say? I already forgot. Man, I look like the Wicked Witch of the West, bro. East? West? I don't know. One of them directions. Day 12. Here we go. Let's find the sample. There she blows. All right. Excited, guys. Excited. Love doing these blind samples. Love testing the palate. And it's always a great time, honestly. Even though I'm not doing too great throughout most of the series, that's okay. I'm no professional. I'm just someone having fun with you guys on the internet. So, nice color on this one. I mean, nice color for sure. Very nice. Medium to rich, dark caramel, looks like on my glass. Not much viscosity showing up, though. Pretty thin in the Glen. So maybe not super, maybe not unfiltered, maybe not high proof. This is the kind of stuff that goes through my head. So, yes. Let's go into nose, guys. Woo! I don't like that. That was a lot of alcohol burn just showing up on that. So let's give this a second to open up here. No. Too much alcohol burn. I'm going to give this like 5 minutes here, and I'm going to come back. Okay, just a minute. All right, gave it about 5 minutes, did some swirling in the Glen. We're going to go back into this and see if it's just a bad whiskey or if it, needed a little time to open up. So it's improved, but it's still got that youthful, grainy note. Very farmy, very earthy, very bitter oak tannin. A lot of astringency coming through on that, guys. Whew. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, there's definitely a layer of sweetness in there for sure. We definitely get our classic bourbon notes. And this is a very baking spice heavy bourbon, I would say. So your cloves, your allspice, definitely cinnamon in here. Cinnamon. Seems like a lot of rye spice too coming through. Almost like some pepperiness on the nose. I don't think that's proof. It seems more like rye coming through than it does proof. Alcohol, that astringency is getting better. The more time I'm sitting with this, and I can't sit here all day on this with the nose, obviously, but more time I spend with this, giving it a chance to open up, it's better. Definitely not our best whiskey we've had so far in these 10, 11 days, whatever, but I think we've had a worse one too. So, let's go into the palate, guys. Cheers. Redemption on the palate, possibly? It's better. Most definitely better than the nose. Like, way better. Actually gave me a little proof punch, too, which I was not picking up on the nose. It just seemed youthful. So maybe that proof was part of that astringency I was getting. Now that I've had a sip, though, the proof seems proof down on the nose also. Like, the alcohol burns proof down, it seems like. But that was quite a bit of burn on the palate, actually. Another sip. I shouldn't be smelling. I'm supposed to be... You guys got to keep me going during these reviews. Like, hey, stop sniffing now. You've already had your sniffing. Now it's time to move on to palate. After I go in for another sniff. Another nutty boy, man. Whatever distilleries we're getting through this series, I've had like 3 or 4 where I've said, like, that is a nutty boy. A bit nutty. A bit nutty. Movie. One of my favorites.
This coffee smells like shit.
It is. It's nutty. It's like a chocolate-covered peanut or almond or pecan. Some kind of chocolatey cinnamon dessert. It's not really like a wild turkey cinnamon, though. Like, I think of cinnamon cherry all the time with those wild turkeys. Not really getting that too much, you know? But it surprises me how many there are out there that are cinnamon or nut-based mash bills, you know, where you get a lot of nuttiness that comes through from that oak. It's certainly much better on the palate than it is the nose. This nose really just didn't give me much at all, you know. I'm trying to think of what this could be still. I mean, these blinds are so hard. I'm telling you, like, it is so hard to the blind tasting. It's good to, like, test yourself and know whether you truly like something or not when you find out at the end. But to try to pick out Distillery is the hardest thing for me. As I mentioned, I can think of like 8 different distilleries that have that nuttiness, you know? It's kind of giving me Ezra Brooks vibes, like one of the Ezra 90s, or I don't think it's... I do have an old Ezra 7 barrel proof. Could be that. I don't think it's that strong, though. Doesn't seem that high proof. The last sip, guys. Last sip. Not as much rye in the palate either, like I was describing either. It's just more. It's more bourbon forward. I think this is definitely a bourbon. I had rye to begin with. I felt like a little bit of rye was coming. The pepperiness is still there, but I don't think it's rye pepperiness necessarily. It's maybe like a barrel tannin pepperiness, if that makes any sense at all to anyone. So, just my mind going, you know? My mind's going. All right, let's go into the specs. Age first, right? That's what we always start with, age. I got that astringency big time on the nose, you know, to begin with. It's much better now. But in the beginning, and like I said, that tells me usually it's 6 years or younger. I'll go 5 years on this one. Proof. It didn't give me a big proof punch. Proof, I think, is 100 on this. I think it was yesterday's also was 100, so I'm going to go 100 again. Because it wasn't no proof, but it definitely wasn't a huge punch of proof. Like I don't think it's the old Ezra 7, but I could see this being like the... Do they make a 99 Ezra 99 proof, or what is the one I'm thinking of? Old Ezra. I'll put it on the screen here, but that's the bottle I think it is. So I'm gonna go old or Ezra as my bottle guess, but I think that's a Heaven Hill Distillery. So earlier, like 2 videos before, I've said Jim Beam was my bourbon for this, you know, and it was Heaven Hill both times. So now I'm gonna say Heaven Hill. This is Heaven Hill, not Jim Beam. All right, let's go into it and find out. If you guys haven't yet, stick around to the end of the video for the question of the day, coming soon to a screen near you. These are so tough, guys. These are so tough. All right. You've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. Jim Beam single barrel. Let me grab the bottle. Hang on. All right. I can't believe that. I cannot believe that because I literally said, I've been burned by Jim Beam, so I'm switching to Heaven Hill. Look what we got. Seriously. This is so hard. This is so hard to do, guys. But I'll tell you what, usually I'm a big fan of these single barrels. You know, and this single barrel I thought was pretty good. Apparently, it's pretty astringent until you let it open up. I'm at kind of getting to that sweet spot of the bottle, you know, so it's not too bad as far as that goes. But age, there's no age statement on these. I can tell you the black label's 7 years, so it's probably about that age. I don't know exactly. It depends on the single barrel, obviously, and it doesn't say on the label. I looked. But we'll go 7 years. I said 5, so not great on my end there. Proof, I said 100. This is 108. That was tough, though. Like, proof was really tough on that one because of that astringency I was getting. So that was a difficult one for me. And then distillery, like I said what I said. Okay? Distillery. It's Jim Beam. It's Jim Beam. So, that was a frustrating day for me. Yeah. No, it's fun though, guys. It's fun. I love it. I love doing these, and I hope you guys are enjoying it too. I've had so much fun in the series, and we still got double the amount of videos to go. So I'm excited for that too. You know, every day in December, it's awesome. It really is awesome. So let's get into the question of the day today, though. Question of the day is, what is that one Christmas or holiday gift that you would buy for yourself? Let's say money's not an object, and what is that gift you would buy for yourself? Might be bourbon, might be PlayStation 5, you know, might be a new car. The world's your oyster. Shuck away. You know, I want to hear what that is, though. You know, what is that thing you would buy yourself? Hard to say for me, honestly. I don't know if I have an answer for that. I'll have to put it down in the comments. I'll have to think about this one and put it down in the comments. So, but I want to hear from you guys what you think that is. So, make sure you answer that question. It's going to get you another entry into the chance to win this bottle. So, one of the free gifts you can get this Christmas if you win. But either way, awesome day 12, guys. Thanks for being here. Had a great time, as mentioned. Hope you did too. I will see you tomorrow for day 13. Lucky number 13, baby. Have a good one. Stay insane.